Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Dan's Model Y Performance, and I'm just going to collect my parents in my Tesla. They're in the mid-80s, and I thought I'd tell you a bit about the Tesla and why I think this car is a great car. Basically the best car I've ever driven. So I think it's a combination of a lot of things really. One being the main thing is, well, maybe two things. It's not only an SUV, what my parents find it easy to get in and out of because they're quite elderly, and so they can't sit in a low sports car. They want to sit in a higher car. Excuse the bumps we're going over. But I will, at the end of this video, turn around the camera and do a little bit of driving around some windy roads, what we're going to come to in a bit, and include that in the video. But anyway, so this is the SUV that is easy to get in and out of. It's a family car. If you've got, you know, 3 kids, dog, obviously mum and dad, and you want a sensible car to go and do the week shopping in, you know, go to a local mall, supermarket, wherever you live, whatever you call it, and fill up with $200 or £100 worth of shopping. Not that it gets you much in the UK nowadays. In the boot, your boot space is massive. You know, you can just fill that up with probably about 15 shopping bags. It's ridiculous amount of boot space in this car. But also, this car, the performance model, what I've got, is as fast as a Lamborghini Huracan. You ever tried taking a Lamborghini Huracan to a supermarket to get $200 worth of shopping in the boot? Is there a boot? I don't think there's a boot. I wouldn't know. But also getting in and out of it when you're, you know, getting on a bit, perhaps in years. I did actually speak to a guy at a Ferrari garage. He was the head salesman at the Ferrari garage and buyer. And he said he actually couldn't get out of the car once to get fuel out of this Ferrari he was driving, and he actually had to get out and fall out the car. Literally put his knee down on the tarmac. He just couldn't get out of it. It was just so low, and he's never forgotten it. He just laughs it off. But it tells you a lot about the car. If you're thinking about buying a Tesla, why would you buy a Tesla? What makes this car, you know, as I said, it's main two things. It's SUV, but a supercar. But there's lots of other things as well. There's dog mode, for instance. Dog mode. You can leave your dog in here, set the temperature. You can see your dogs on the app. You've got a camera up here. We can see your dogs in the back seats. So you can go into the shops and you know your dogs are safe. On the screen is going to be a picture of like a pretend dog, a made-up view of a dog, and saying the dogs are safe. It's kept at temperature. My owners won't be long. So dog mode is a fantastic thing for this car, and it's great. It's just one of those family things, isn't it, that, you know, you wish you had years ago, and now the Tesla has got it, the Model Y. That's what makes it one of the best-selling cars in the world. But also, this car as well, cameras, for instance, that's another great thing. The cameras. Now the 3D parking is coming now. We've just got this upgrade on all 23 models upwards, of course. I don't believe you've got them on the 22s or before, because they have parking sensors, and I'm not sure it works on the Tesla. I'm not sure on that one. Perhaps they do. I'd have to find out. But this new parking, the 3D parking, you can literally do it without looking in the mirrors. I can stare at that 3D parking on my screen and just reverse, and it's probably better, safer than actually not using that and trying to look for yourself and using the parking sensors. So the upgrade, what an upgrade. It's just amazing. It's just fantastic. There's other little things as well, of course, all the silly little things. What you got in the boombox, a video I recently did was the parking, the locking sounds on the car. It's a little bit of fun, isn't it? And why not have fun? A car's supposed to be fun, isn't it? You pay £60,000 for a car, or $70,000. You want a car to be fun, don't you? It's got the light show tonight. It just reminded me to put a light show on at midnight, 12 o'clock, being New Year's Eve today. And that's what I thought I'd do this long video for New Year's Eve. So it's got the light show tonight, what we can put on for 12 o'clock, stand outside and watch a light show, because we're not going to the fireworks and things like that. It's too busy, and it's going to be a bit rainy as well here in the UK. We get some very heavy showers, and you know, it's a great little toy. Also, you've got your games, haven't you? All your games. You can sit in here and play a game. You can watch YouTube, Netflix. You can watch your TV while you're stationary in the car park, waiting for the wife to get some shopping if you don't want to go into the shops, or waiting for the wife to get a takeaway. Or perhaps you're getting a takeaway and the wife is watching the TV, YouTube, or she's playing on the game. Who knows? I'm not being sexist there, but there's lots of little toys what this has, and I think it makes the car enjoyable as well. Why do I buy? One of my first impressions when I sat in this car, let's cover that subject, sorry. When I first sat in this car, and I never bought this car until I bought this car and I had never even sat in a Model Y. I'd never taken one for a test drive, so I was completely blind when they gave me my key card and said your car's out there. I didn't have to work this car. I'd only see it on videos, so I had a general idea, you know, using the stalk, but it was all totally new to me and totally blown away. But the first things what really are great assets of this car is the view, the vision from the windows, the amount of glass you've got in here is just, the windscreen is just huge. I know the Model X is bigger because that goes right back, but this Model Y, to me the Model X is just too big a car, but this Model Y is just perfect. But the vision out of the glass and the big glass roof on top is just amazing. Looking up now I can, you know, I can imagine if you're going to take this camping, it'll stay warm all night for you. You put your sleeping bags in the back and you can stare up at the stars. Amazing. What other car can you do that in? Fantastic. The other things about this car when you first get in was the setting the controls up, what I should do in another video, the basic controls as in chill mode and also the regen braking. Well, I put in hold. I put the regen braking in hold because this will stop you going backwards on the heels, as will the other modes as well, but also just hold you still, and you don't have to think about it, because the other mode where you'll just creep forward, and if you just take your attention off that road and there's a car in front of you and you could be quite close to that car, maybe a foot away, you're going to bang into that car, and you know it's only got to happen once, and how annoying would that be? So I would say for regen braking, put it into the hold mode. What is the highest mode? Well, incidentally, the Cybertruck only has that mode, only has that. I did hear on a video, the Cybertruck only has the hold mode, the highest one, so that the regen braking recharges the batteries as much as possible. Just going around the roundabout here, and obviously that's the most popular one. Otherwise we wouldn't have done the Cybertruck just in that setting, would they? So the regen braking is amazing. I hardly use the brake pads, the brake pedal, shall I say, so no wear on the brake pads at all. Those brake pads are going to last me basically forever. I've heard people doing, you know, no maintenance at all on this car for 100,000 miles. I did actually message my Tesla local garage workshops, what's about 80 miles away from me, and I said to him, how much is the local a yearly service or a 6-month service? And I thought I had seen somewhere about £260 for the yearly service. What I thought was a bargain for was great. But they actually said to me, there's no set cost, there's no yearly service, because they're not designed to go wrong. Well, no cars are designed to go wrong, but they still go wrong. But no, they said to me, there is no 6 month, there is no year, there is no set charge. If something did go wrong, and they don't believe anything will go wrong with the car, then you'll get a quote, and they can either come to you, if it's under warranty, to your home and fix the car using just a laptop if it's something like that gone wrong, or a mechanical issue, do the job perhaps in the driveway, or they might say no, we can't do it in your driveway, you've got to come to a workshop. So hopefully there's a workshop not too far away from where you live. Mine's about 80 miles, so it's a bit of a trip, but be honest with you, I enjoy driving the car that much, I wouldn't mind. So servicing this car, there's no service, and I've heard on other YouTubers that friends of theirs who got Model Ys have done 100,000 miles, and all they do is fill up the washer bottle. So yeah, there's no costs, there's no tax, it's free. Insurance for this car, this is a Model Y Performance, for me 59, 60 next year, was just over £1,000, just over £1,000. So that'll give you some idea if you're thinking of buying. You know, if you're sort of like similar age to me, I'd say look around, but you're gonna be lucky to get down to about £800, I think is going to be the lowest. If you can find something around that £800 to £900 mark, I think you're doing very well. I think I actually paid about £1,200. That's with Direct Line. What I've used for other insurances and other cars in the past. So I bought the Performance one because I thought, I looked at the rear wheel drive, I looked at the all-wheel drive, you know, the twin motor, and I just thought, you know, if I don't buy the Performance, I'm always going to think, what it was like to drive a Performance. I know the all-wheel drive would be great for most families, brilliant, it's a family car, but is it a supercar as well? It still does 0 to 60 in 5 seconds, so it's still a very fast car. But this Performance model, it's got the twin motors, but they've been upgraded. You can upgrade the all-wheel drive, the long range, and I think get it down to about 4 seconds or 4.2, something like that, for the 0 to 60, to make it more responsive as well on the accelerator. But the Performance 3.5, that's the same as a Lamborghini Huracan. So I've got the performance of a Lamborghini sitting in this family car, and it absolutely blew me away. And the Performance, when I first picked this car up, not only does it look great, and I think the best view from this car is from the back. It's such a wide body at the back. It's got a big arse, if you like, with those great big 21-inch wheels on the back. So let's go through the upgrades for the Performance. Actually, those 21-inch wheels, red calipers. It's also got obviously the upgraded motors. So I think it's about 460, 450 brake horsepower. It's got also, I'm just going around a car here, see if I can get there without holding somebody up as I'm driving along doing this video. Thank you very much. The extra brake horsepower, 450 over the long range. It's got that performance mode where you can put it into. Also, it's got a track mode as well, so you can take this Performance to a track, disengage everything. So it's literally down to you and your skill as a driver, or you put a racing driver in this car and let him go around the track and go around the bend sideways, because I certainly wouldn't be able to do that. I haven't got the skill to do that, and I wouldn't take this car on a track. I'm just not a skilled racing driver. as I'm sure many of us aren't. But if you are, you've got a track mode, or if you want to give it a go, you've got a track mode. If you live in Germany, you go to the Nürburgring. You can take this on there, or the Autobahn, and go as fast as you like. I must admit, I've been over the speed limit once or twice in this, but on a very quiet road, and I was only just over, obviously. The acceleration in this, I took some friends out of mine the other day, and they'd never been in an electric car, and I took my 3 friends out, and we was all at the gym, and I said to him, do you want to just a quick spin in the car? So we had a quick spin in the car. I drove round, got to this little straight, and I was doing, I don't know, 15 miles an hour, 20 miles an hour. I said, right, guys, I'm just going to put it in now from chill mode to performance. They said, right, okay. I said, yeah, hold on then. Right, okay. And I slammed down the accelerator, and their reaction was, oh my god. Their heads hit the headrests, and they could not believe the acceleration of this car. Absolutely took off. The front lifts up, and that's one thing what you just don't get with a petrol car. I know you know, people love the sound of a V8, and you think, oh, electric, I'm going to miss that sound, but I think it more than makes up for the point that your acceleration, the torque in this car is unbelievable. You touch that accelerator in performance mode and you just take off. I cannot elaborate more on that, and it really is an experience that you would never grow tired of over any petrol car. I've had lots of petrol cars, lots of powerful petrol cars. I've had E55s, 2 of them, a C63, 6.3 litre, 470 brake horsepower, performance edition. Absolutely amazing car, don't get me wrong. 19-inch wheels, performance upgrade. Looked amazing in gunmetal grey, red calipers. Cost me about 30 grand. Fantastic car, sounded amazing, but it didn't have the acceleration of this car. Nowhere near. You waited for it, you know, you put him the accelerator and you just waited, you know. It did happen, of course, you did go, it wasn't slow, not by no means. I think the acceleration is about 4.5 on that, 4.6, 4.7. Because there's a lot of cars, a big car, even though it's a C-Class, it's a big car with, you know, big wheels. That's 18-inch, got the 19-inch on the performance model. It was a great car, a little bit dark inside, a little bit older, perhaps older model it was, but would I buy this one over a C63? I'd buy this every single day, without a doubt. This is so much more usable as well, not only for your family but also for you to enjoy as well. You're going out for a drive like I am now, and then going around some quite bendy, windy roads down to this down in Cornwall, where I live in the southwest of the UK, and it's just like U-turns all the time on this road. So I'm going to stop the video in a minute and turn it around and show you some of these windy roads, just driving around, even though it's a wet day. We'll put it in performance mode and we'll do a little bit of accelerating, etc. So this last part of this video is going to be a little bit of some windy roads, but I hope that explains to you just how good this car is. You're not going to be disappointed. I bought this car completely blind. All I'd seen is some YouTube videos like the one I've made now, telling me about it. You know, the fantastic upgrades we're adding, the parking, the dog mode is great, the fun and games you can have with it. You can take it just makes your car interesting. So it's sort of like, you know, it's a hobby. It's not just a car. That's probably a good description. It's a hobby, and also probably another good description, it's an iPhone on wheels. You know, you haven't got down to take special trips to a fuel station. You just get home and you plug it in, go to sleep, wake up the next morning, and it's all charged, ready to go. It couldn't be more simple. I know if you're going to live in a flat, things like those, people don't have phone chargers, but slowly all these superchargers coming on board everywhere, so you can sit in a car park in a supercharger 15 minutes, go and get a cup of coffee, and it's going to give you a full charge. This will charge from less than 100 miles, around like 40-50 miles to about 250 miles. I charged to about 80% because I've made another video. Let it go down to about 20 and charge to about 80, because it takes as much time to get from 80 to 100 as it does from 20 to 80. So just charge at 80 and be happy with that. That's going to give you plenty of range for 2 to 3 days driving, or probably normal driving, would I say, depending on your driving habits, of course. If you've got a long way to go, then you know you might have to go in there every morning and get a cup of coffee and sit there for 10-15 minutes and charge your batteries. But you know, it's still less expensive, and it's going to take less time than probably was much time as going to the petrol station, queuing up, putting the fuel in, getting diesel on your hands, petrol on your hands, whatever, stinking about, going to the shop, queuing up to pay up. So if you look at it, it's probably about 10-15 minutes anyway. With this, you can put it on charge, walk into the cafe, get a cup of coffee, come back here, put the radio on, watch a bit of TV if you want to, watch a bit of YouTube, your favourite YouTube channel, which of course would be mine, while it's charging, and it's ready. 10-15 minutes and you've got 240 miles, 250 miles of range. Couldn't be better. Anyway, let's go to the second part of this video, shall we, and do a little bit of driving. Thanks guys, thanks for watching, Matt, and hope you enjoy this second part.